speaking of that, give me your top 3 athletes or celebrity that you ultimately want to work with in the future. Just 3.
Man, it's hard, man.
If you're watching this,
yeah,
whoever he's gonna say, please reach out to my man right here.
You know what? I would say like because I've worked with so many like great athletes. I would want to work more on. I'm trying to think. Basically, like the movers and shakers of the world.
Okay.
Right? More like entrepreneurs or
right.
people that don't necessarily have their body as top of mind awareness.
Right.
For example, like Elon.
Right.
I would love to work with Elon.
Right.
And be like, yo, Elon, you can have all the money in the world, but if your body breaks down, you can't do anything. It doesn't matter, right? And then the whole concept of like my book and actually everything I do,
right.
It's like my mission is like to teach people how to take care of their body,
right?
And in order for them to you know take care of their body, they need the tools,
right?
And they need the self motivation and the awareness, right? So how do I get like Elon, right? Because treating someone like Chicharito or someone who is like, hey, if my body breaks down, I lose a contract, I can't play for the team,
right.
whatever. It's too easy,
right?
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But how do I convince someone who their body is not dependent on their earning potential is not dependent on their body,
right?
But I actually believe that like they should care,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely,
because if they start to care, then everyone starts to care. Right. Versus like if you have like a pro athlete caring, cool. You can always have this excuse in your office typing away, being like, yeah, but that's what like LeBron James does.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, this is LeBron, that's not me.
Right.
But if someone like that's more relatable to their profession, for example, like someone who sits at work all day, or an author, or something that they care about.
Exactly.
Oh, this author is taking care of their body.
Right.
This film producer is taking care of their body.
Right.
Oh snap.
Right.
Maybe I should too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So that's kind of how I look at it.
Right.
Because athlete is already too easy.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you said that, because I feel like me personally, I'm guilty of it. Like I'm so cooped up with like, oh, possibly I want to work with someone, high up there, like an athlete, like LeBron James, like you mentioned, right? Totally. But like honestly, seeing another, I don't know, someone who films YouTube videos, right? Like on the side, like, oh yeah, he's taking care of his body, like I should be doing the same thing, and then hopefully that transcends to like other YouTubers. So like, you know what?
Exactly.
The ergonomics is a lot better, and I can film better, and I can do this a lot longer.
Totally, it's exactly that. It's like I'm more on the I need to convince the world.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what I'm.
Absolutely. Yeah. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
All right. This might deviate a little away from my details. All right. I'm gonna show you a couple pictures.
Okay.
You got on the off-whites right here.
Yeah. Fire.
You got on the Kentuckies, I think?
Yeah, Kentuckies, yeah.
I mean, I'm not even going to mention those, the Dior ones right there.
Oh,
the Dior ones right there.
Those
and obviously you got the Travis Scotts right there.
Yeah.
Any chance we'll see Maya Detox and like Nike or some sort of big like Jordan brand or something?
I mean that's the dream.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's definitely the dream. I just want to elevate like physical therapy, chiropractic, all this rehab sciences into like the mainstream.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's like one of the main things why, how do I say this? It's like sometimes I do play a little bit bigger personality than I actually am. I'm actually more like pretty chill most of the time.
Okay.
But I understand that like you want to make noise in this world, you have to like move a certain way.
Right.
And also, how do I say this? It's like I never understood that you could not never understood. It's like you're telling me I can start rapping about drugs and violence and like just doing crazy shit,
right?
And then you're gonna elevate me to in front of a stadium full of millions of people,
right? And
they will be like, yeah, let's slang drugs,
exactly.
And these guys are superstars,
right?
I'm not saying I'm not disrespecting them at all. I'm like, great, do your thing. You live your life, you live that life, and you're glamorizing it. Great, you make money off it. Amazing,
right?
Cool. I get it. But like, why don't we do that about people who like slang health?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, it's like, why are you not elevating these doctor people? Right. Like, why can't they be cool?
Right. Exactly.
Why do kids have to grow up being like, yo, if I want to be cool, I need to be an athlete, or I need to be a rapper, or I need to be a singer, or I need to be an actor.
Right.
Right. But it's like, no, like no one grows up. Not no one. People do grow up being like, I want to be an entrepreneur, or I want to be like a like a doctor or whatever.
Right.
But it's like the stereotype of a doctor is just not cool, traditionally, right? And I'm not saying that, like, again, there's a spectrum, there's a wide spectrum of doctors that are a little bit more like, on the like khakis and polos. No disrespect.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I want to move the way I want to move. Right. So, but no one has ever really gotten out and been that figure for that personality. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to be that person. It's like, why can't I be a rehab rock star?
Exactly.
Why can't I pull up like crazy, like on some crazy shit, some crazy shoes, and be like swag, and also be like, hey, listen, like this is how you go about like articulating your talus bone in your foot. Like I can play both sides. Why can't I be both? Right. Because the industry doesn't let me to. But what I'm saying is like what is in place that doesn't include everybody. Exactly. Because I never felt included in that structure. You know. Exactly. Yeah.
And then speaking of shoes, right? And honestly, there's a lot of words you can rhyme with Talus, like you mentioned. You can put that in any song whatsoever, so you can literally go from there. So I kind of see that. So any rappers out there, SoundCloud rappers out there, take his advice. Rap about PTs or something.
Anatomy rapper, bro.
Yeah, why not? Be the first one. I pointed some heat in your shoes, right? You got the Dior ones, you got the Travis Scotts. But I was looking into your Instagram a little bit more, and I think this is your biggest heat ever. And there's a reason why.
Okay.
You got on the
yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce that.
Guy Kosu or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's your biggest heat because I'm gonna do it. All right.
Yeah.
So for me, I mean, I don't got the yellow pair.
I got the red pair. Yes.
So I had to do it. Like I had to show you, like, all right, this guy got some heat, but like I can ignore all that. But then these are like these ones right here.
Yeah, I love them because they're like. You can do them for anything. You can use them for running. You can use them to go out. You can use them for mine are so beat up.
They're super comfortable. I'm a big fan of them. So moving on to your last couple more questions.
Yeah, of course.
On one of your videos on your channel, you stated that you wanted to set up a performance lab in Jamaica. Is that correct? There was one video you were in Jamaica.
Yeah.
What is the ultimate goal when it comes to my details? Like, if you have one ultimate goal, like I know that's obviously Jamaica. Obviously, that's like a big deal, right? So then, what about yourself? Like, what is one thing that's kind of like eating you up and you're like, I need to do this?
Yeah, well, to me, it's more like mission driven. Jamaica is like a very specific part of like the whole mission.
Right.
But again, it's like I talk about this in my book, right? The whole concept of my book is this. It's like everyone understands hygiene, right? You understand hygiene, right?
I hope so.
I hope so. Right. So, what do you do for your teeth? What's your dental hygiene routine?
Gotta floss and brush your teeth.
Great. Very simple, right? You go out on the street, you ask anybody. Everyone automatically go brush, floss, rinse my mouth, whatever, right? What do you do for your hair?
For my hair, gotta groom it, brush it, put some gel in it maybe sometimes, put a hat on.
Yeah, what about when you shower? What do you do for your hair hygiene?
Shampoo.
Right? Shampoo and
conditioner,
right? So it's like a two-step process.
Exactly.
Again, right? What do you do for your skin?
I usually use like just lotion out there.
Lotion,
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
I'm a little dark skinned, so I'm okay.
Yeah, cool. But generally, most people will be like moisturizer, cleanser, give or take, right? If you're my girlfriend, it's like a 14-step process.
Man, okay, yeah.
She goes crazy. I'm like, babe, like, what are you doing? Like,
this works.
Kayla goes crazy. I'm putting it on camera.
There we go.
So you understand how to take care of your skin. You understand how to take care of your hair. You understand how to take care of your teeth. Right?
Absolutely. So
then you go ask the random person, or even ask you for yourself, like what do you do for your what do you do for your big toe?
Right.
What do you do for your knee?
Right.
What do you do for your spine?
Right.
What do you do?
I go to PT.
Great. Yeah. You go to PT, but what do you do like as a daily hygiene routine for yourself?
As far as like shower, I'm assuming, or
as far as like showering, but like in terms of like your knee or your movement, what do you do for your movement health?
I gotta go exercise.
Great. So exercising, right? But even exercising is like it's not like necessarily like an essential. It is an essential, but I mean it's not like, how do I say this? Like it's not like a daily routine ritual.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So the whole idea is like you want to change the world.
Right.
You want them to care about cavities. You want them to care about like all this other stuff. Right. You have to get them to brush their spine, floss their muscle. Right. That's the baseline. If you get them to understand that, then they will actually understand what we do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You go ask on the street a random person, yo, what does a physical therapist does? And they're like, like when I break my leg, they like make me better. Right. But we do so much more than that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And the problem is because we have a marketing problem. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's why people don't value us. Right. And that's why in my opinion, we get underpaid. And that's why it's like, and on top of that, because we can't agree on a definition of like what we do within our industry, we're like this all day long, right? And if we can't figure it out, you think the outside person is going to figure it out?
Right.
They're not going to figure it out,
right?
So in terms of like what I'm trying to do is if I can teach the world how to like take care of themselves on a daily, then they will be like, okay, I understand my teeth need to be clean.
Exactly.
Great. Now it's like, oh, if I have a cavity, oh, I understand. I need to go see a physical therapist.
Right, exactly.
Or a chiropractor or whatever.
Right.
And then once they get to the level of like understanding, yo, I have a cavity, I need to do something about it. I understand also now if I want to be at the highest elite level, I want my teeth to be perfect.
Right.
I need to go see an orthodontist.
Right.
I need to go see this person.
Right.
But right now, like people don't know who to go see.
Right.
They can't even take care of themselves.
Right.
Do you know what I
Exactly.
mean? So that's the main issue.
Right.
And you solve that, and then all of a sudden you teach them everything else makes sense.
Right.
Right? But right now we don't have the first step, and you're asking people to meet you, you know, and then the person's coming in, yo, my shoulder hurts, and then this doctor guy's being like, yeah, clean your humeral joint. It's
Right.
like, "Ah." And then this person's like, yo,
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Like, get away from me.
Right.
Right? And because no one's bridging that gap. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if we bridge that gap, not only do I think that like you know, the world will be a better place because everyone's gonna be like, oh, I brush my teeth every day, take care of myself every day. Everyone's gonna have less pain, blah blah blah, all this stuff. But selfishly, for our profession, we're gonna be elevated.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then we will be recognized. Oh, I get what you guys do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But anyways, that's what I'm trying to do.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I think to me too, like one thing I forget most of the time is that as a future PT, we're also in sales. Like
Yes.
I always forget that because in my clinical rotation, like my way of doing it is like, hey, I gotta treat you, but at the same time, like I gotta sell you that, hey, like I can do this, or like you're gonna get better here.
Of course.
So I feel like patients forget that, like, oh, like, hey, you know, you gotta sell yourself to me first, right? So then to me, it's like, okay, like I know my stuff, but then at the same time, it's like, do I get the buy-in? That's the main thing. So like, I think what you just said right now is like, to me, can you think about that even more? It's like, okay, like I gotta make sure that like as a PT, obviously patient care is the number one priority.
Of course,
but at the
of
same time, like I gotta make sure that like, hey, like I know my stuff, like I can get you there. If not, I can refer you to someone else. So as far as that, like, I mean, what is your kind of like mindset when it comes to like, hey, like I'm a PT, but also like I gotta be able to like deliver.
Yes, and you know, let's talk about the word sales. Okay, like I understand the aversion of people like with the word sales in healthcare,
Right.
And I actually don't even use that word,
Okay.
right? Because this is how I operate, right? It's like I care, right? So I have a product that I truly believe that will make this person better.
Right.
I can take them from point A to point B. They
Right.
come in with a problem, I have the solution,
Right.
okay? But I understand that in order for me to get them to eat their vegetables,
Right.
I have to make it appealing for them to eat their vegetables.
Makes sense.
Because I need to meet them to where they're at.
Right.
Some people come in and go, I love the vegetables.
Right.
Yes, give it to me. Then I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
easy. Here's the vegetables. Cool. I don't even need to plate it.
Right, exactly.
Some people come in and go, yo, I'm unhealthy,
Yeah.
right? Fix me.
Right.
I want to eat McDonald's. I want to eat candy.
Right.
And because I care about them, I have to find a way to get them to understand, yo, bro, like Arvin, like you should eat vegetables at some point. Right? But I don't throw it at their face and shove it down their throat because that's not going to help them.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And understanding where people are at is like the number one skill.
Right.
And it's about, and you learn how to communicate. And if you want to use the word sales if you want, but like to me, it's like you learn how to communicate your point of view in a way that they're able to understand it.
Absolutely.
And if you're able to do that, they will actually take your advice because you believe your advice is best for them. Right? And they will actually follow you wherever it is you tell them.
Right.
But if you're too lazy to learn how to communicate with people, it's a you problem.
Right, exactly.
Right?
Anymore, yeah.
It's a you problem. It's not a them problem.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what these therapists, they get so angry online and commenting all day long.
Right.
But it's a them problem.
Right.
They're mad that like they have the vegetables, and I'm not saying they're wrong. They have the vegetables, but they want to shove it down people's throat. They don't even want to plate it.
Right.
The research says I'm right.
Right.
How can you not see?
Yeah, exactly.
And but the person's uneducated on health.
Right.
The person doesn't even understand how to brush their teeth.
Exactly.
You're gonna talk to them about like high level surgery stuff.
Right.
They don't get it.
Right, exactly.
And then your inability to understand where they're at and lower yourself
Right.
and then be like, yo, listen, this is how it works.
Right.
Is why you're unsuccessful.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's why I don't look at it from I'm trying to sell you.
Right.
It's like I care about you. I want you to no longer have knee pain.
Right.
I want you to no longer have back pain.
Right.
But what level of background information you're coming in with, and what do I need to fill in order to get you to where I want you to be like, yo, yeah, vegetables, yeah, I'm down.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
And then there's also a give and take. Sometimes it's like, yo, listen, you know what, like, eat McDonald's Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
Try that.
and then Tuesday, Thursdays, help me out. Bro.
Exactly.
Help me out.
Yeah.
Bro.
Help me help you, right?
Help you.
Exactly.
Right? And then over time you work that. You know what I mean? And again, it's the whole it depends is to me is like that's the nuance. Right? Of like what I prescribe patients depending on where they're coming in and how do I get their buy-in is what I'm looking for.
Absolutely. So everything you just mentioned right now, would we be able to find it in your lastly? Sit Up Straight.
Yes.
Can you go ahead and just tell us exactly what this book's about?
Yeah, let me grab it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we got a copy right here. You can pre-order it. And the whole idea of this book is essentially like what I told you about, like the daily hygiene routine.
Right.
So I basically came up with 12 movements that will essentially be your daily routine of movement. Right. The whole idea of Sit Up Straight is funny because we actually named it Sit Up Straight because people all have
my posture.
But people all have not an affinity, kind of like a memory of what Sit Up Straight means to them.
Right.
I mean, whether it's like their parents telling them like, yo, get up. Like whether you inherently like start to slouch and you need to like get your life together, you get up straight.
Right.
It's not about sitting up straight all the time.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what like a lot of like I already have haters on this topic where people think that like I'm telling everyone to like be like this and move like this and the whole posture stuff. No, like you can slouch, like you can sit however you want.
Right.
But at some point in time, you have to be able to do this as well.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's all about variation. And actually the word sit up straight is actually pay attention.
Okay.
Is what I mean by that. Right? If you are more self-aware of how your body works, everything will be better because you will know how to self-modulate yourself and be like, oh, I don't know, like I'm playing too much sports or I'm doing this too much or like, hey, like, pay attention to your body. Oh yeah, I should do this, I should do that.
Right.
And I'm arming regular people with the tools to essentially sit up straight, which is essentially actually pay attention.
Absolutely.
Right? To their body and then how it works. And then I go into that all in detail. Does that make sense?
It does.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sit Up Straight. Where can we find this? Amazon? Where would
anywhere. You can pre-order anywhere. You can just Google it. It's on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, blah, blah, blah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Speaking of Barnes & Nobles.
Yeah.
I have something for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
This is just me saying thank you.
Of course.
The only thing is that I saw it from far away, and you already have it, so I'm a little bummed out about that.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
So you can give it as a gift. Totally up to you.
Of course.
But speaking of
fire, still fire. This is different. The other one I bought it. This one is like a gift. It's different.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
it's different.
Yeah, and just me saying thank you.
Of course, man. I appreciate it.
I don't take this for granted.
Of course, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Of course, man. Hope I'll see you more in the future, and then
I'm
going to come back. I'm going on a crazy like podcast YouTube run.
Okay, there we go.
Because I haven't really been out like that.
Right.
But now I feel like it's time. It's time for me to go out and like go crazy again.
You'll catch them soon.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Later.